photoshopped.
This right here is perhaps the most severe, most public indication of his mental incompetence. Oh my God. Trump is pressed on sweeping tariffs and Hegseth in the new ABC News exclusive interview that came out. What a pivotal 100 days this has been.
With the ABC News exclusive, today marks President Trump's 100th day in office. And tonight, our Terry Moran sitting down with the president in the Oval Office. Terry asking the president about his tariffs, the economy, immigration, the war in Ukraine, and how the president answered when Terry asked if the president still has confidence in his defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, after those two group chats using the Signal app discussing military plans involving Yemen, U.S. military jets, and their timing. One of those chats included his wife. The president facing an historically low approval rating at the 100-day mark amid concern in this country over the president's tariffs and higher prices, fears of inflation. Tonight, our first look at the primetime interview that airs tonight, Terry asking the president about his advice to Americans to hang tough and what that meant when it comes to the economy.
Well, you said something a couple weeks ago that struck me. You said concerning the tariffs, which economists say are going to raise prices, you said, quote, hang tough. Yeah. It won't be easy. You said that to the American people. Is that what Americans should expect, some hard times?
I've said that during my campaign. Look, we won a campaign by a lot. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by a lot. You know, we had a tremendous campaign. I said all these things during my campaign. I said, you're going to have a transition period. We've been ripped off by every country all over the world. They're laughing at us. They thought we were stupid people, and we were. And I said, that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen.
Hard times are ahead?
I don't think so. I think great times are ahead. Look, since I came in, gasoline is down, groceries are down, egg prices are down.
Hard times make great men. That's what they say. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. I'm doing hard times to make great men. Our men are too soft.
Many things are down, just about everything. You know, you don't have the drop in fuel and energy and oil like we did. I took it from maybe $3.20, maybe more than that, down into a much lower number. When you have that kind of a drop, you're not going to have inflation.
Not now, but it's the tariffs, right? We still have 145% tariffs on China. Your Treasury Secretary said we basically have an embargo on China.
Look, you're trying to say something's going to happen, Terry.
No, okay, well,
nothing's going to happen.
You know business.
Terry,
I want to ask you.
I do know business.
Yes, so 100.
The Macy says this is Trump's hand-selected ABC News interviewer. They're pressing his ass, dude. Finally, liberal media back at it. Resistance liberalism, dude. We're back. We're back to resistance liberalism. Finally. It took 100 days of complete collapse. I can't believe how much he had to do. God, liberals are the absolute worst allies, the least reliable allies, man. They really are. It is crazy that Donald Trump had to melt global trade in its entirety for media and all of big business to finally be like, okay, maybe he's not the smart guy that was just going to be the rugged deregulator that will allow us to do super profits. It really blows my mind. Like, Fallner Witt, thank you for the 100 gifted subs. What the hell was that? God damn.
45% tariffs on China, and that's good. Basically an embargo.
They deserve it.
It'll raise prices on everything from electronics to clothing.
That's good. They deserve it.
To building houses.
You don't know that. You don't know whether or not China's going to eat it.
That's mathematics.
China.
Well, first of all, they, one, said that they're not going to eat it, and two, in retaliation, have added a ton of tariffs to American goods. And three, you keep lying about de-escalating the tariff war, even without listening to, even without having this supposed conversation with China. So where are we at? American farmers are now. Don't worry, he'll do a massive subsidy package as he did last time around, which was a far larger subsidy than the money that he supposedly brought in through the tariffs when he did the tariff war last time. He's gonna have to do another fat subsidy package to the farmers. Oh, that's not how tariffs work. What do you mean? Beware the liberal. Oh, you're saying he doesn't know how tariffs work. Yeah, I got the MS-13 one lined up here as well. Don't worry.
China probably will eat those tariffs, but at 145, they basically can't do much business with the United States. And they were making from us $1 trillion.
Have you seen Kneecap's statement? Kind of disappointed. Yes, dude. Yes, I have. They're getting okay. I don't think you guys understand. They're getting from every angle right now. They're not running around going, "Am Israel high." They're just playing ball to avoid going to prison.
A year. They were ripping us off like nobody's ever ripped us off. And by the way, we have other countries that were just as bad. If you look at the European Union, it was terrible what they've done to us. Every country, almost every country in the world was ripping us off. They're not doing that anymore.
The president.
Work bonus came through. Had to say thank you since you changed my mind completely on a lot of issues. Well, through you and your fans. Hell yeah. I mean, don't spend your work bonus on me, chatter. Popping off right now in the economy. You just talked about how Trump knows that the tariffs are paid USA side, but like ignores it because today he declared that there will be a 15% credit for automakers to give tariff relief over the first 2 years that we pay for. Drum roll, the auto tariffs, Lamau. I don't know what he's saying, man. I know he knows how tariffs are paid though. He did it before. Yeah, it's like Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda had to say she didn't support the North Vietnamese after she went and hung out with them and sat on a anti-aircraft missile system and posed on it. So, you know, there's a lot of people do that. Oh, here's the Trump, I picked you, you're not being nice.
Of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
over that. Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait, does Donald Trump actually think he had like MS at 1 and 3 tattooed on his knuckles? Like, oh my God. Oh no. No. They showed him that and he didn't realize that it was like, no. I'm sorry. No, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that the president of the most powerful nation on the planet with the largest nuclear arsenal that's currently capable of destroying everything on the planet is so brain dead that that's like some Joe Biden shit. What is going on? It's like back-to-back dementia. Oh my God. He did not actually. No, he's just lying. I want to in my head canon, he knows he's just lying because he's a piece of liar. He is not being duped by his staffers that showed him very clearly a photo where it said M, the letter M, the letter S in like area font, and the number 1 and 3 was posted on top of the knuckle tattoos to signify that this was actually MS-13, which, by the way, in and of itself is also ridiculous. Those things don't signify MS-13, but it's even more ridiculous. Arial, sorry. I'm sorry for the font, guys. Oh my God. That is so much worse. It is so much worse if he saw that photo and was like, I can't believe it. It said MS-13 with the numbers and everything. It tricked my parents, for your information. No!
Wait a minute. Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That was Photoshopped. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think it was Photoshopped? Well,
here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe.
Oh my God. He literally believes it. Oh my God. Not only does he believe it, but he also literally doubles down on it. But not only that, but he also turns around. Oh my God. He thinks it actually, like, this wasn't just like added on to signify, to claim that this tattoo, the marijuana was for M and the smiley face was for S and the cross was for 1 and the skull was for 3. No, he literally thinks that No. I don't want to believe that I'm hoping that he's just a piece and he's lying. Okay? He's just a piece of shit and he's lying. Oh my God. Oh my God. He literally thinks this is the real knuckle tattoo. Oh my God. Oh my God. We have to come to terms with the fact that if you are over the age of like 45 or 50, you have most likely severe brain rot. You have a significant intellectual disability. I think if your parents believe this, and so does Trump apparently, oh my God, I think the lead paint generation unironically has severe crippling intellectual disabilities. This is a test. This is literally like, this is like is this a robot or is this a human test? If you believe this, if you think that this guy genuinely has the letter M, the letter S, and the number 1 and the number 3 tattooed on his knuckles, and this isn't just like, supposed to imply that these actual knuckle tattoos are supposed to represent MS 1 and 3, then no, you can't be in office. Oh my God. You should be removed from office. You cannot be in office. This is great. This is Ronald Reagan, second term, Alzheimer's. This is not even like complicated AI. This is not like an AI image that your parents got duped from. This is a paint job. This is Microsoft Paint. Like, it doesn't even line up correctly. Oh my God. No, I can't. I want to believe that he's just like a piece of liar. I can't do this. I can't believe that the president fell for MS Paint. Okay. What do we do? What do we do with this? 33K likes. President Trump just called out the fake news and Democrats for defending an MS-13 terrorist. 33,000 likes. I'm kind of shocked that you're shocked. No. This is new. I thought there's plausible deniability. I thought that he was just basically saying like, no, those tattoos imply MS and 1 and 3. Not that like he literally thinks it's MS-13 like written on the knuckles. Oh my God. This is like failing basic competency test level. Oh my God. Here's a photo of Kilmar Abrego Garcia's left hand. No MS-13 near the knuckles. Our president gets along well with people like Putin, Kim, and Bukele because they're all sadistic. Wait, what is this fact check? Well, I mean, yeah, of course it doesn't say M, the letter M, the letter S, and the number 1 and the number 3 on his knuckles. I can't believe that this is like a fact checkable situation. This is just like, I had to interrogate my dad. He thought it was real, cooked. Fortunately, he acquiesced, but I think he might have genuinely thought it at first. He also can't detect AI slop properly. He thought the pic of the Wisconsin judge crying in an AI orange jumpsuit was real. Oh my God. Oh we do not, dude. What do we do? I mean, like, the AI image of the judge crying at least is like AI, right? AI slop duping boomers is one thing. This is more severe than that. This is so much worse than that. Wait, there's also something else here that we're not talking about. It doesn't just say the letters M, S, 1, and 3. It also, you can't really tell from this photo because it's like super low quality at this point, but it also says like marijuana, smile, cross, and skull under it. Does he think that those are also tattooed? Does he think that he tattooed MS1 and 3 and also marijuana, smile, cross, and skull? Like, he thinks that is like, what a unique set of tattoos. He said he saw that this guy is a real bad guy, and he said he had tattoos of MS 1 and 3, and then underneath it, he also tattooed marijuana, smile, cross, and skull. That's what he thinks. Like, he thinks this is also tattooed. How does the skull mean 3? It doesn't. It was already made up to begin with. Oh my God. This is so bad. Yeah, the reason why they believe that the skull is actually a 3 is because they want to believe it for the sake of the narrative that they wanted to cultivate. That is the only reason. I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. This is new depths that I had not foreseen. I had not realized that this is where we were at. Okay, for the chatters who are comparing this to eating the cats and dogs thing, understand something. They're eating the cats and dogs is just racist bull. he doesn't actually have to believe that they're eating cats and dogs. And I don't think he actually does believe that they're eating cats and dogs. This, on the other hand, is like a silly way to get duped. This demonstrates something different. This demonstrates something significantly worse, far worse. Does he also think he tattooed marijuana smile cross on his... I don't want to do a David Pacman style, like Trump has really lost his mind 100% type video, but this is like I don't know. I don't know what is going on. Oh my God. Have anything to say about this is on? Do you want me to go to prison? Do you want me to go to jail? Do you want me to go to CCOT? No more. No more paint jobs where you write MS 1 and 3 on anybody's face going forward. This is all it takes, it seems, for these monstrous charlatans who are so brain broken, who are so very clearly brain broken. This is insane. This is the most insane this is the most insane I've felt in the last couple of years. Real tat, see you later, dog. Yeah, it's over for me, I think. And to make it worse, like this is a lot. This is like an incredible issue with cognitive function that seemingly has bricked the brains of tens of millions of baby boomers in generation lead in gasoline, like generation lead paint. Gen Xers and baby boomers believe this shit, it seems. Like that makes it even crazier. This is not even remotely complex AI, okay? This is just straightforwardly a paint job, an MS Paint job. Really done, as a matter of fact. This would imply that he believes all of the insane stuff that he says, and he's not just simply saying it in some like there's no method to the madness. You understand? There is no method to the madness at all. No, he just actually believes it. Like he's not lying because he knows like no one will fact check him. He is easily duped. He's easily tricked. Trump is officially an easily tricked adult.
Believe the news because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
Oh, they weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
but
they're in
now.
your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look at that.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at that,
Why don't
sir.
you just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something else?
What do you mean? Why don't you? It's a paint job, not even intended to deceive in any way. It's not trying to make you think those are tats. That is insane. No, he could have. No, I'm telling you. Oh, guys, stop. He could have just as easily been like I'm just saying, like, it's obviously MS-13. Like those finger tattoos are clearly resembling MS-13. He's like, no, you don't understand. Like, they literally, he has the letter M, the letter S, the number 1 and the number 3 tattooed on his knuckles. Why won't you believe me when I say this to you? This is really scary, especially because there's a lot of people who are Trump-aged who are in Congress. There are a lot of people who are Trump-aged who are in positions of power. They're sitting in boardrooms. They're your managers. They're your boss's bosses. They are. I don't know. So to recap, randos on X claimed to decode the tattoos that multiple experts on MS-13 have said nothing to do with MS-13. Someone at the White House took the idea and crudely put MS-13 on the image, and Trump actually believed that that's what the tattoo said. Wow. Sorry, but the sausage is made. It doesn't matter what he truly believes. Lies are OP. This is so discouraging. This is the most discouraging I've felt in a while. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. There's not really much you can do with a guy who believes this, okay? There's not much, there's nothing you can do to a guy that has basically broken their brain into believing this. I thought that Trump was just implying that the tattoos were actually, I thought Trump was saying that the tattoos imply MS-13. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying like, no, he's a cruel piece of shit and he's a liar. Not like this stupid. Don't worry, big dog. Bill Maher will set him straight. No, it's over. It's done. It's so over. It's never been more over than it is at this very moment.
There on his tariffs during this wide-ranging primetime interview tonight, Terry also asking the president about his defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, and whether he still has confidence in him. Here's what the president said.
I want to ask one question about Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. There's a lot of turmoil at the Pentagon right now. There's the signal chat with his wife on it where he's discussing that attack in Yemen. There's another signal chat discussing the attack on Yemen. There's a reporter accidentally involved. You said the other day that you had a talk with the secretary. Did you take him to the woodshed?
I had a talk with him, and whatever I said, I probably wouldn't be inclined to tell you. But we had a good talk. He's a talented guy. He's young, he's smart, highly educated, and I think he's going to be a very good hopefully a great defense secretary, but he'll be a very good defense secretary.
You have 100% confidence in Pete
I don't have
Hegseth.
100% confidence in anything. Okay, anything. Do I have 100%? It's a stupid question. Look,
It's a pretty important position.
I have no. You don't have 100%. Only a liar would say I have 100% confidence. I don't have 100% confidence that we're going to finish this interview.
We will.
Of course, the interview did continue. You did finish it. The president was, and we should point this out, willing to answer a multitude of questions here. Let's bring in Terry Moran.
Yeah, no 100% confidence in anything except for MS Paint, MS-13 finger painting. I don't know what to say. I'm so words. I don't have words. I don't know what this really me up, dude. No, I'm not gonna lie. You're being so disingenuous. Dude, I am not being disingenuous. You're kidding if you actually think he means that he thinks that the overlaid MS-13 is what he means. No, that's what I thought. That's what I also thought until this moment. I thought he had plausible deniability. I thought he was like playing it smart, being like, no, it's clearly MS-13. It's clearly MS-13 until this very moment. You're right. That's what I thought too. Like, because I could not fathom having the leader of the world in charge of the largest nuclear arsenal unironically just saying, no, this needs to be investigated. I'm not even kidding. Like, someone needs to, they have to like follow up on this and be like, Mr. President, do you literally think Kilmar Abrego Garcia has the letter M, the letter S, and the number 1 and the number 3 painted on his knuckles as in the form of a tattoo? Please give us a yes or no, because he needed to ask this guy, the ABC News guy, should have asked him directly, as in, do you think that Kilmar Abrego Garcia has the letters M, the letter S, the number 1 and number 3 painted on each of his knuckles? I need you to explain it to me clearly. I need to know, because this right here, chatter, this right here is perhaps the most severe, most public indication of his mental incompetence. Like, I'm not like doing David Pakman style videos being like, oh, Trump sneezed weird, so he is mental illness or whatever. Okay. I need to know if the president got duped by not just AI, which is expected, but the shittiest MS Paint. I'm going to run this again. I'm going to do full blown forensic analysis here. I'm going to bring a body movement expert. This is, oh my God.
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
Well,
over
wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
He had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS.
So he goes, he didn't have the letter MS1 and 3.
MS13.
It says MS13.
That was photoshopped.
No. He says he has MS13. The number 1 political streamer on Twitch believes this too.
Believe Abrego Garcia's hand tattoos were code for MS-13 until his wife censored his hand tattoos on her TikTok account. I checked her account and confirmed that this was real. if you actually thought that this guy wasn't a gang member, you had to have been functionally. How is it that, I mean, if it walks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck,
why is it walking and talking and quacking like a duck? No, he believes that it's code. Even Asmongold doesn't think that the president thinks that it literally has the letters MS 1 and 3 on his knuckles. Okay, Asmongold is a racist little gremlin. Okay, that's one thing, but I don't think he genuinely believes that the tattoos straight up write MS-13, MS-1 and 3 on his knuckles. He just thinks it's code for M and code for S and code for 1 and code for 3, which is still wrong and still stupid, but simply not as stupid as Trump falling for MS Paint.
Probably not a, I don't know, it's probably not a McDonald's, okay? Like, it's not. And so it's probably not a dog. The fact is, the guy was found with multiple other people of MS-13. 2 people thought that he was involved with MS-13, the immigration judges.
He's just wrong on every part of this, by the way. Jesus Christ, you could just say anything. God damn it. It makes me so mad. Oh, I can't stand this. I can't. It's not even about Asmongold. It's just like how confident he is in his stupidity. He was not found with an MS-13 gang member. He was packed up in front of a Home Depot, and there was no evidence whatsoever to suggest that he was actually MS-13, except for one of the other dudes literally claimed that he was an MS-13 gang member from Long Island. He had never been to Long Island, and that wasn't enough evidence to actually declare him an MS-13 gang member. And not only that, but he had extra evidence to suggest that going back to El Salvador would actually constitute a real threat to him, that he was able to get a withdrawal of removal to El Salvador from the same immigration courts. You don't know anything. That's precisely the reason why they lied and said, oh, well, here's a Chicago Bulls hat, and everybody knows that's signed for MS-13. And then they lied and said, oh, well, he was wearing a hoodie that had rolls of $100 bills with wings on the side. They were so stupid that they looked at that report from his initial apprehension and claimed that he had rolls of $100 bills, and no one ever checked it. That wasn't the case at all. The federal government, Caroline Leavitt, and the Department of Homeland Security just lied, okay? Just like they are trying to lie about his knuckle tattoos to imply that the knuckle tattoos are actually indicative of the letter M, the letter S, the number 1, and the number 3. But somehow we've blown this case wide open. Let me tell you how little those tattoos meant when they first apprehended him and went through this court process. They were not brought up as MS-13 gang tattoos in the initial report, because if he had gang tattoos, they could have very clearly declared it in the initial detention report to make a more convincing case, other than this other random claims he's MS-13 from a place that he's never been to. Okay? They didn't even bring it up in the initial detention report. So obviously, it was not significant enough. No one is even describing why the skull would be indicative of the letter 3, or why the cross would be indicative of the number 1, or the smile would be indicative of the S. I guess it's because it starts with an S. That's what it is. And then the marijuana is indicative of the letter M because it starts with the letter M. Is that what is going on? Stop calling these people stupid. They are malicious. They will justify his arrest because there's no proof of life. There is a proof of life. You're wrong. Senator Chris Van Hollen went down to El Salvador and met with the guy. Okay? They are stupid. They are this stupid. Yes, they're racist as well. Yes, they're malicious as well. Skull, this one is more dubious, but maybe 2 eyes and a nose hole equals 3. The Trump administration's reaction to this has been to basically come up with a new reason every week. Okay? And in the process, their reasoning is so stupid that even the most racist Klansmen on Asmongold's subreddit are having a hard time justifying it and going, and a skull, this one is more dubious, but maybe 2 eyes and a nose hole. What about the mouth hole? That's 4 holes, dumbass. The skull has a mouth hole too. Perhaps you're just trying to do numerology like a schizo. Maybe the tattoo actually means MS-14, which is more dangerous than MS-13. But it doesn't even matter because even Asmongold, no matter how stupid he is, probably recognizes that the goddamn tattoos were only code for the letters M, the letters S, the number 1, and the number 3. Trump, on the other hand, has taken it one step further here when he says, no, it clearly has the letters MS 1 and 3. This is a new level of idiocy.
He did not have the letter MS13.
It says MS13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That
just...
was Photoshop. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think it was Photoshop? Well,
here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them.
Yeah, he's saying he did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. No, they can't be. Why would they be interpreted that way? Why even concede? This is another thing that these dumb liberal media do all the time. Trump says something super insane, and then tomorrow he'll say something even more insane, and then it forces you to concede to the thing that he said initially that was super insane, but at least it's not as insane as the next thing he said. No, there is no conceding to this, okay? There is no MS-13. That is a post hoc interpretation that the administration that lies about every goddamn thing has decided. It was not in the initial detention report. None of the MS-13 gang experts have actually said that these tattoos imply the letter M, the letter S, the number 1, and the number 3. It's not like MS-13 gang members are shy about their affiliation. What are we talking about? They're the most tatted up motherfuckers of all time. They literally tattoo their eyelids. What do you mean? Oh, this one is a shy guy. Is that what it is? He was just a shy guy. He wanted to go, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to the full MS-13 on my chest like everybody else. I love people that, and you know, but I was shy. I was too shy to get the 13, so I wanted to indicate it. Is that what the argument is? Is that what's going on? Yeah, he was soft launching his membership. Will you eventually go back to shitting on Israel after this Trump-related drama? Dude, I shit on Israel so much. I have no more in my ass, okay?
I want to turn to Ukraine, sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
but they're there
in
now.
your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look at that.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at that,
Why don't you just say it? Yes.
Yeah, he goes, dude. He literally says, no, not interpreted. Like, that's literally what the letters are. That's what he's saying. They're the letters. This is so annoying. This is so goddamn annoying. This is so annoying. Oh my God. It's so fucking annoying because they're not even like brilliant tacticians here. Okay. They're just throwing the wall and seeing what sticks. And they're so incredibly confident. And so is Asmongold. So incredibly confident in his stupidity. Oh my God. And it's crazy because like they don't even have to have the capacity to feel shame because they get showered in praise for the stupidity. Because there's even dumber people out there that are like, oh hell yeah. Thank you for giving me the slop that I wanted. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this slop that I desperately desired. This is the Brandonification of Donald Trump. He's going full, almost as bad as people thinking that NMP law has this body. If these were established MS-13 tattoos, we'd be able to verify that with other external examples of these being gang tattoos, but interestingly, we don't, and the media won't even try to call it out. I'm done. I don't know what to say anymore. This is so crazy.